If you have not liked and subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell button so that you get updated about all my videos. So today's topic is institutional holding, institutional sponsorship. So a lot of times, right, so we need to look into how the institution is holding it. Are they adding the positions or they are decreasing the positions? Why it's important? It's very, it's one of the most important things, I think, in any stock, right? You would think like a lot of the stocks, you would think like a lot of people's like Tesla, or a lot of people like some other stock, whatever stock it is, right? But the fact is, most of the stock, like almost 60 to 70% of the all the stocks are held by institutions, right? So the retail investor, which is you and me, you can invest like million, a couple millions, 10 millions, 20 millions. It's not enough to even move a needle, right? You cannot really move the price. It's the institutions who literally kind of decide, or pretty much determines where the stock move, it's up or down, right? Because they have so much buying power, so much. So it's really important to know how the institution is holding it, right? So there's a lot of tools to know that, like how the institution holding. I'm gonna go over some free tools, and there's some paid tools. Paid tools are really good, but it's just the important one of the important part. Are the institution holding, and are they, if you can see, right, like you have this down days, but if you see all the big mover, this is either institution selling in the red days, or institution kind of acquiring, right? You get a lot of volumes, right? Average volume almost double, sometimes you see triple. One of the pattern I saw was in Bhutan. uh, yeah, Bhutan, if you look at that, that was right around the earnings, and there's pretty decent earning. I think we had kind of rough a week for all the stocks, so pretty much everything was selling up. But you can see that, right, you had this less volume. As soon as the that happened, look at the buying, right? Huge volume, like huge volumes. And you can see that all the way up to kind of volume. So that's an institution buying. This area you see, this is definitely institution buying. That's So it's very important. Why it's important is, if institution buying, that means like they are interested in some things, and they have a lot of power, a lot of capitals, and also a lot of research tools. One of the really good tool you can use is a MarketSmith, which is quite expensive. I think it costs about $160 per month, but they have a really nice. Beside that, you can actually get other tools I'm gonna go over. But if you go MarketSmith, this is Dollar General. I even don't have right now. I was there, then I wasn't using much, so I kind of gave up. I just get my information from other sources. But they're very nice, like fund ownership summary. They have like September 16th. So fund usually have to release quarterly, like what they're holding, what they're adding, what they're what they're removing. So it's really kind of gives you goals, right? So for example, Dollar General, September 16th, there was 1684 funds, and December kind of decrease, and you can see that it's kind of decreasing, right? Which is not a great sign. It doesn't really mean like if funds is decreasing, you just sell it. Like it may still do that, but it's just one of the key factor, right? You got to look at a lot of metrics, but I think this is one of the important things, right? Other things is the sticker, which is free. If you want, I think you can just use a ticker, like I have somewhere, kind of, if you go my Twitter, I have the link. I think it's not available to everybody, but if you use that link, it's available, but it's free so far. So I heard like they may charge some, but at least so what you do is basically go here, right? So let's look at the Tesla. So just go here, type your ticker, and if you look at the ownership, you get the idea, right? So you will get so basically, if there's like 2493 92 funds holding, and if you look at that, Musk, again, that's Elon Musk almost holds 17-18%. So 170 million shares, that's Elon Musk. And beside that, Capital World Investor, those in this fund has the largest stake in capitals, like 52 million shares. They actually reduce. And one thing you have to notice is like some funds will reduce, right? So they don't want, for example, ARK don't want Tesla to be above 10%, and as the price of Tesla going up and up, it just kind of go above 10, so they sell it. So not necessarily they are not bullish, but they want to make sure it just they are not overexposed, right? So if you are overexposed, it's kind of get risky. So kind of making sure they are diversified in different companies. And Vanguard has 43. You can see that a lot of funds. And why it's important, because when they dump it, 52 million shares, right? So if they want to dump everything, it just basically they can literally like crash pretty big. So again, I hope they don't do like in a one shot, but you get the idea what I'm doing. Like if there's a cause, when fund is buying, they are buying in a massive amount. When they're reducing, they're reducing in massive amount. They're not reducing 100, 200, or 1,000 shares, right? They are doing in millions of shares. So you can see that. And if you look at Tesla, there's 2492. So I like to compare like how many funds they had. Tesla had how many funds Tesla had before last one, and how many they have right now. So that's a good. So this is a lot. There are a bunch of websites which are free to, so you don't have to necessarily pay. But this is one. And others I think you can look into is nasdaq.com. And if you go there, just go there, type your ticker, and once you do that, click on institutional holdings, and it gives you pretty better idea, right? I think Tesla institutional holding. So institutional holding is 41.97%. That's pretty awesome. Total share outstanding is 948 millions. The total value of the holding is this, which is 41% is this much. And you can look at that increase. So this is pretty key, right? Increase position. So out of those 1700, more than half of the fund increased their positions, right? So how much they increased was 13 million. But also look at that decreased positions, which is pretty less. I'm guessing that's a decreased number. I'm not sure. I gotta check it. But decreased position, but which is less, right? Not many funds are decreasing. More funds are adding it, right? And 93 actually held their positions, like, so it's kind of flat. So total institutional shares kind of stand at 397. I guess that's pretty good. So 397, almost 400 million, right? So so yeah, a lot of these actually did determine a lot of things, right? For example, like now S&P kind of adding, so a lot of S&P index funds will try to acquire shares. So are these funds gonna sell it, right? If they are not selling, the shares are more scarce, because Elon Musk hold almost 20%. That's 40, so that's 60. Maybe if retail hold like 5 to 10%, that's 70%. I don't know where the 30% are, but you get the idea, right? So yeah, new position. So this many, 423, which is not a lot, but basically they added this many shares. But if you look at sold out position, 99 holders sold out there, just sold everything, right? So that's a pretty significant number. And if you look at the increase, that's a total. Okay, so 901 increased, which increased total shares was basically 13,000. I mean 13 million. But if you look at the decrease, looks like decrease was a little bit higher. So 101 million decreased, and you can see that. And there's like basically some sold out. So 33 million sold out. So decreases a little more. So a lot of people are selling, but I'm guessing new will have a better idea from this is a little old. You can see that this is 930. So 10, 11, 12, I think this year's. And so basically January you will have a better idea about what's the new holding will be, and it will probably reflect a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to go over institution holding and what does it means and how it impact. That's one of the very important, I think, factor if we are looking for long term. Short term really doesn't matter much, but if you are looking for long term, definitely look into institutional holding. There's a lot of free softwares too you can use. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go. Again, thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions, let me know. Thanks.